Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Wade and Carter Show.
Right Commander. On time,
Absolutely.
7 o'clock,
Straight
get up.
Yep.
Things go better with Coke. Things work better when Cody is in the shop. Let's go see.
You're welcome.
Commander Cody.
I don't have a camera.
You don't have it on this morning?
It wasn't on.
Okay.
Should I turn it on?
I don't know. I mean, do you want something? You look nice. The show feels right. I mean, why wouldn't we turn on the Cody cam? I mean, I have no. Let's turn on the Cody cam and see what we get. No, we have nothing there but a chair. We can't see what you were trying to purport there. Oh, okay.
Oh, his replacement bear.
Yes.
About as productive.
It's just about as witty.
It's Friday. I can quit so fast.
That's
today.
the word I
Wow.
was thinking of.
He's always.
Witty.
Here's what gets me.
He's pretty productive. He's
He's
just not
always
so witty.
threatening to quit. I mean, I'm trying to think of a comparative, like that's like your kid screaming at you.
I'm moving. I'm
Right.
running away.
Right?
Go.
When? Goodness gracious.
And if we lived in Saskatchewan, we could watch that kid run away for 6 days.
Because the sun never goes down. 77 degrees under cloudy skies in Victoria, Texas, looking at some showers, maybe around 9 o'clock, cloudy, maybe around 1 o'clock, chance of rain today, but still heading to a high of 90. No, I'm going to give Cody some FaceTime there. Cody, there's your audience.
Tell
Hello,
folks
audience.
what you do.
He's a great guy. Tell
What
him
do
about
I do?
Brandon.
I
Yeah.
build kick-ass websites. That's what I do.
There you go.
And we do other marketing as well, but we build websites that win awards.
Not so good at that.
No, we do the other stuff too, but our main big thing is we build websites.
There you have it.
Built the Wade and Carter site
That's right.
and kick-ass websites.
That's right.
That's right. You know, by the way,
I didn't actually build your website.
There's our website, and then there's kick-ass websites.
Right. I would have built something else for y'all.
But you can go to the Wade and Carter website, wadeandcarter.com. How fortunate is that?
Yeah. It wasn't taken. I can't believe it.
And right, you would think somebody
Better not put me up there looking right with a smile on my face in a
Yeah.
caricature form. We'll get to that in a minute. Bucky's.
Oh, caricatures. That's a great idea.
We're going to do that, but it is like if you go to that website today, you can find the flyer
Right.
for the July 18th card show.
Yeah, they upped the game yesterday. I don't know if y'all saw that.
No, tell me what they
So
did.
the first 50 kids that come in get this cool swag bag of all this stuff on top of what they were already giving out when they were on the show. So it looks like it could be a cool event. 70 booths is what I heard last.
If you happen to be a guy or gal who enjoys like in smoking a cigar, having a cigar once in a while, there's a company, a retailer, they even private label a thing called Finks, FINCK''S, Finks cigars. They're based in San Antonio. And coming up soon enough, I mean, it lost me when I saw, but they're having like a cigar night where you're going to have, I think last year they had, a couple of hundred vendors. You remember we had a bourbon and cigar event here. Yep. And I think it was like, I don't know, $5 or $10 to get into ours. What do you think it cost to attend what is essentially a trade show where you can buy cigars? It's not like they're giving them away.
Free?
$25.
How about $349 and change get you in the door? Now, what I think that is if you were a cigar aficionado, someone who really enjoyed the art, if you will, of collecting and trading and smoking cigars, which there's a whole market there, which is what ties this into the card show.
Oh, I was wondering where
yeah. Well, it's not just unorchestrated randomness. I have a feeling they are going to give you like a swag bag when you walk in that will have lots of cigars and things, maybe a really nice lighter, maybe a nice porcelain
little
ashtray.
cigar, scissors.
Absolutely. All that cool stuff.
That would be good.
So
they do something like that when you take the brewery tour at Shiner. We went and did that on Marina, and I went on earlier this week, and $35 for a tour now, and it's been so long I don't remember paying anything for the tour.
That's what I was just thinking. I thought it was free.
But you get 3 tokens for beer, and they're full-size beer. They don't chintz you on the beers.
Right.
And you can taste
Which
beers
used to be
before
free.
you go.
Right.
But they do have free beer too, because
It's just
There's
stale.
a Coors Light in the corner.
Stale
the
cake
brew
beer.
of the day. The Kolsch was the brew that they were sampling and giving away free on the day we were there. But they give you a nice swag bag. They give you a little tote bag, Shiner branded tote bag,
That's
and in
nice.
there's all sorts of little.
Be careful you don't
things.
get the cyclospar or whatever
the
that gives you the,
cyclosporin or
gives you
whatever
the
it is.
diarrhea.
Yeah, ooh, no.
Southeastern Michigan being overrun now with over 1,000 cases of folks having violent, what we used to call FRB, full rectal blowout, diarrhea from a parasite that they don't know where it came from. They don't know if it's in the water. They say it's often transmitted through fecal matter, can be on, let's say,
Fruits and vegetables typically from.
So you're raising lettuce, on a farm, and you're pumping what ends up being effluent water out of a river or source, and it's getting into the plant. It's giving people, it's like E. coli or anything. There's no deaths reported, but it could create a shortage of toilet paper in the Southeast Michigan area.
Yeah. In related news, Fruit of the Loom stock is through the roof in southern Michigan.
Buy it now.
Yep.
Buy it.
And much like Tesla and SpaceX, people wondering if Haynes may also experience a spike on the IPO of Fruit of the Loom.
Scott Tonko, Bobby Leister on the podium this morning. Thank you, gentlemen, for
P.
being
Strauss.
the first one in. It's Patrick Strauss. We're big in Louisville, I'm guessing, at this point.
C.P. Strauss, if you think about the Astros, would you have any problems sending Spencer Arrighetti down after his I don't know. There's just a part of me that says that some of his success last year and earlier this year was smoke and mirrors, and this is the real Spencer Arrighetti. He walked a bunch of people. He gave up a bunch of hits. I'm just not loving on Spencer right now.
No.
Astros comments unaffiliated with, but brought to you by First State Bank of Louise, the friendliest bank anywhere. Get in today and see how you can pick up a free checking account, a free savings account. Do it for your kids. Teach them the value of money.
I just don't think we're ever going to see the Spencer Arrighetti from, 2 seasons ago in August when he just went lights out and went 8-1 or something like that, and then got hurt and he has not returned to that form.
It just shows you though how that when they haven't ever seen you, you've got an advantage.
But he had been seeing, because the first half of the season he sucked, and then all of a sudden he didn't suck. He was about average, and then he got it together for the late summer run, and then he hasn't found it since. And I personally think he's been rushing to get back,
right?
And he's still not fully 100% healthy, or he has something going on that he's not admitting. And it's affected his delivery and his mechanics, and he's not as effective as a result.
So, question for
and that's
you,
just
Cody.
Years of observation of what I've noticed with pitchers.
Look up and tell me if Alex Rodriguez, former Major League Baseball superstar, is he in the Hall of Fame yet? Is A-Rod in the Hall of Fame? I'm not sure. I know that he was embroiled in.
No.
Okay, he's not. And it's only because he was embroiled in some of the steroid talk from past years. But, I'm going to tell you one that if for the same reason Roger Clemens is currently not in the Hall of Fame, and I want to tell you that when you go back and look, a guy that Ash and I both just really had an affinity for, that just think is just a stud, Justin Verlander. Roger Clemens makes Justin Verlander leave the stadium. Roger Clemens, Justin Verlander has 266 wins, was on pace potentially, arguably. Now just stay right there.
Hold on. I'm trying to get to.
If you want to try to compare
that's
them,
what I'm trying to get
it is
to.
no comparison. That's what will get you. Justin Verlander pitched 21 years in the big leagues, 266 wins. Roger Clemens pitched 24 years in the big leagues, 354 wins, and won. I mean, the number, look at Clemens just so totally dominates.
Yep.
It is unbelievable how much. I mean, lifetime WAR, which I don't understand, wins above replacement.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Verlander's 81.8. Clemens is 139. Now, Clemens did pitch 153 more games. But of those 153 games, 266, 354, he won 50% of them, more than 50% of them to be that far ahead. His lifetime, I mean, he's 354 and 184.
And think about it. He pitched on some, anyway.
On their gap, on the gap between their total, so 266 and 159, Clemens has 178 more wins. 178 wins is a good career. He's got 178 more wins and only 25 more losses. Roger Clemens was so ridiculously dominant on the bump that I don't care if he was on heroin.
I think you might be doing ash math here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am sorry.
88 more wins.
88 more wins and 25 more losses. So still at an 80% clip on the gap.
Yeah. 7 Cy Youngs to 3, 7 ERA titles to 2, 2 pitching triple crowns to 1. They both won 2 championships. Clemens was an all-star 11 times, Verlander 9. And I like Verlander.
I love Justin Verlander. That's what I'm saying. Verlander to me is the modern standard of excellence.
But here's why, right? And they both pitched well into their 40s. But they now wow, Clemens gave up fewer home runs too.
Yeah, you can't look at Roger Clemens though. And when I think Roger Clemens, of course, I think University of Texas.
And he faced almost 5,500 more batters than Verlander faced.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
But Verlander also.
You know why? Because Roger Clemens probably threw more complete games.
Well, let me see how many.
Complete games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 118
to
See,
26.
folks, don't think for a minute that this is not a baseball mind really just riddled with genius. Roger Clemens has 118 complete games. Justin Verlander only 26. That can't be right.
No, that's right.
26 complete games. Justin Verlander's just that one click later in Major League. Well, he's given us 5 solid innings tonight, Ash. And wow, what a great start. He threw 100 pitches. Roger Clemens went out there and finished what he started.
And to be fair a little bit.
Okay, let's be fair. I like fair.
He played on some pretty bad Detroit teams.
No doubt. No, there was a period of time where he was Jake DeGrom with the New York Mets. That's who he was. Yeah, he was toiling in futility to the point that I think he finally got to where he just didn't care anymore. And the Astros brought him in. They worked on his mechanics a little bit, and they gave him a reason to live. This year, he announced the reason that it's pertinent.
I thought Kate Upton gave him the reason to live.
He has, Kate Upton, if she doesn't kill you, she'll give you a reason to live. But he announced that he will retire at the end of this season. He's only pitched in a couple of games this year, and he's been I looked at a deal the other day. Did you know that? So Craig Biggio.
Although when Clemens was leading the league, the majors in innings pitched, Verlander's was in that neighborhood, 260, 240. It's not like they didn't pitch the same number of innings.
So this is Clemens.
Yeah.
Now I want to show you something where find his wins and losses. That's games started. No, for the year during that period of time. Listen to this from 1986. So 84, he's 9-4. 85, he's 7-5. But listen to these wins.
Then he gets on the juice in 86.
Maybe. I mean, and maybe. Folks, he goes 24 and 4, 20 and 9. So 24, 20, 18, 17, 21, 18, 18, 11, 9, 10, 10. You think he's done? 21,
then
20,
he goes they 14, thought he was done,
13.
and then he goes to Toronto.
That must be when he got on the juice. 14, 13, 20, 13, 17, 18, 13. It just keeps going where he's a tremendously. In 2005, he was 13 and 8
Yeah, he was
with a 1.87 ERA.
Yeah.
That was for the Astros.
The year before, he goes 18 and 4 with the Astros.
Roger Clemens is a superlative standard that just makes almost everybody leave the room, and yet he's, I think, forever scarred with the steroid deal.
Do you think he would have been a different story today versus when he played? Like if Roger Clemens was playing today, do you think this would have been as big of an issue?
No, they'd be absolutely comparable because he wouldn't have 118 complete games.
Right.
Oh,
he would have,
that's true.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
because today's pitcher barely goes past 6 or past 5.
Right.
If they get to 7, it's like headlines in the New York, in the Athletic.
But given that, if he hadn't been such a workhorse for all those years, Roger Clemens very well might have pitched into his 50s. I mean, Roger Clemens is very much into being Roger Clemens. It's something I don't find endearing about him. He's Roger Clemens, and he refers to himself as Rocket. I mean, like Patrick Strauss says, Nolan Ryan is a superlative standard. Clemens cheated. Baseball's a cheater's game more than any other sport. Baseball's a cheater's game. And he was pitching against guys that were cheating. Canseco, McGuire, Sosa, A-Rod. I mean, it almost makes me remove the asterisk and let them all in, because a Hall of Fame without Canseco, well, maybe not Canseco, but without McGuire, Sosa, A-Rod is a joke of a Hall of Fame. I mean, I'm sorry. Are you going to disqualify, even for a moment, NFL players that weren't on some type of PED? I mean, Lawrence Taylor's in the Hall of Fame, and the guy was a cokehead. So baseball is a cheater's game, always has been, from Ty Cobb sharpening his spikes to
that wasn't cheating. That was just being a complete violent jackass. But
the Georgia Peach.
But it wasn't outlawed by baseball. That's the other thing people forget. Baseball did not outlaw steroids for most of that era.
That's right. Patrick Strauss, being as idealistic as our own Peter McNally, says, since others did, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But I mean,
survival, man. Andy Pettit took it. Andy Pettit did the same thing at the same time.
But I just, they didn't outlaw it.
Yeah. And by the way, Roger Clemens, for whatever it's worth, never failed a drug test, nor has he ever really admitted that he took them. Very interesting.
You want the proof in the pudding? He's a little softer now than he was then.
Yeah, but you know what? He actually looks pretty good these days. Can you imagine if Nolan Ryan said, "Hi, I'm the Ryan Express"? It just sounds so contrived and cheesy. That was just a quick aside. It's Friday. It's Friday. Did we talk about Buc-ee's?
Not yet, but let's get to it because this is an interesting.
We're going to share a
story.
screen with you here.
Show you, just so you see what they think.
Yeah, I like it.
Is going on here. And this is from khou.com
in Houston.
So there it is beside us.
Buc-ee's.
There's Buc-ee's on the right.
Buc-ee's has been on a tantrum lately, going around and suing folks who have logos. Like, picture the Texan has the little guy, the caricature with the cowboy hat, and it won't surprise me because the beaver wears a cap, right? Using this logic that's employed against Mickey's in Ohio, someday Buc-ee's might sue the Dugash family over the logo for the Texan. He's a cute little guy.
I've heard they have some sort of agreement to stay out of each other's territories at the moment. So
I can see that. I think the Texan has, I think they're pushing 20 stores, and Buc-ee's has like 50.
because it doesn't make to me. It doesn't make sense. You got Buc-ee's on the edge of Houston. You got a Buc-ee's in Wharton, and you don't have a Buc-ee's on 59 in
Down
Victoria.
here.
Well, and they're very close. Like when you go inside, you're like, there's the same cup of grapes. There's the same brisket sandwich, right? Like
Same but similar menu offer.
You know, a lot
Exactly.
of their dried meats and things come. The Texan packages them. I think a lot of them come from Proshex.
Oh yeah.
But it's interesting. You can go to Proshex and buy the product, the meat product.
I think-
and it's cheaper.
Yeah, well, I think Juniors does all the
Jerky.
for
Yeah, for
Buc-ee's.
sure.
Yeah, but anyway,
62 Buc-ee's.
so
62
Buc-ee's
Buc-ee's. Thank
is now selling Mickey's. Mickey's has been in Ohio for 35 years.
Just since the 80s.
Yeah.
And,
Buc-ee's has just recently gone into Ohio.
and Buc-ee's claiming that Mickey's logo, where both have bright eyes
Bushy tails.
and are facing to the right, could confuse Buc-ee's customers in Ohio. Now, look, Ohio, little known fact, is a notoriously redneck white trash state. Southeastern Ohio State fans. I went to the University of Texas for a long time ago. I've seen it all. The absolute worst fans, I guess because my expectations were higher because of their prowess on the football field. The Ohio State fan is the worst fan in the history of college football. They're just redneck, trailer park, white trash idiots who spend their snap money to come to a UT game in Austin.
Jimmy Simpson's a nice guy.
Yeah, true, but he's a Victorian. Yeah, Johnny McGarity says the Texans are a poor example, but it definitely copied Buc-ee's business model. The one who's really
Buc-ee's went after somebody in Georgia, but now they're going after Mickey's in Ohio. And Buc-ee's is the late arrival to Ohio. And they're claiming that Mickey's logo, which apparently has been in use for quite a while.
at least 30 years. And by the way, apparently the two have coexisted, if not in Ohio, for like 35 years. It makes so little sense. There's Ricky Champagne King. He's still out of state, I'm certain.
And this isn't even some little, Buc-ee's or Mickey's has filed a trademark for the logo.
No, they
And
want all
Buc-ee's
the
is-
profits from Mickey's
And
gear.
Buc-ee's is, has challenged that in the trademark courts. No, this is a full-blown lawsuit
Yeah.
suing Mickey's, asking them to stop using it, turning over all profits to Buc-ee's.
and destroying all their merchandise that has the moose on it.
Now, you've either got to be a product of Texas public education or a complete idiot to think that moose and that beaver look anything alike.
Now, the beaver could identify as a moose or vice versa. And then would the moose be allowed to use the beaver's restroom? I don't know. But I'll tell you
I'm going to
something.
sue Buc-ee's on behalf of beavers everywhere because I've never seen a beaver look anything close to that.
So
They
you're
don't
saying-
smile. They don't look at you with loving eyes.
You're saying
They want to eat your leg because they think it's a tree trunk.
but the moose may be too ignorant to be outraged. So you owe it to be outraged on behalf of the moose.
And beavers everywhere. And
Which
I'll
is
be
a
honest,
lot like the Democrats going, them black people don't know they're being taken advantage of.
And
We
actually-
got to save them.
I want to sue Mickey's on behalf of Labradors everywhere because that moose does not look like a moose. It looks like a
Concur.
Labrador with an antler thing on its head.
The
That's what it
moose,
looks
a
like.
huge animal with sometimes an 8-foot antler spread. Very
Oh,
mean,
you
a
antler
mean
shaming, you
animal.
antler shaming this guy now?
It's a mean animal.
Look at
They're
this,
typically blind, very short-sighted. But when they do get aggressive, they're a large animal.
Yeah, those antlers will destroy your
Whereas the
pickup truck
beaver
in
is just a
heartbeat.
little furry mammal with a flat tail designed to slap the water to scare off other animals.
Actually to warn other beavers at dangers in the area, then they all scurry.
There you
Beavers will
go.
try to avoid you.
All this is lost and but not on us, that the people at Speedy Stop just seem to do it right with no, I don't think they have a mascot. Do you?
No.
Can anybody tell me the Speedy Stop mascot? Commander's on it, I know, but I don't think there is one. They just have, I'll tell you that there is a difference when you walk into a Speedy Stop, and this is not even an advertisement, it's an observation. They're just super nice people. They're the folks that work at the Speedy Stops, hats off to Cliff Thomas and his team. They do a great job. Ashley Thomas. When you walk into a Speedy Stop, the folks are super.
I think the same at Buc-ee's, to be honest.
Friendly.
I've never had bad service at a Buc-ee's. Never been to a Mickey's to tell you.
I don't like it. The brisket's ready. The brisket's ready. It's like, I don't love that. And I don't like the fact that they sell me Bucky juice. If I go in there and go to the fountain, I want Coca-Cola. I don't want Bucky Cola. I think it looks greedy and stupid. Did you know that the new store?
I think it's smart.
Well, okay.
It's how you maximize profits.
There you go. Coming soon, Wade and Carter Cola. Be ready.
According to Speedy Stop's Facebook, they do have a mascot.
What is it?
It is a friendly, energetic yellow and green turtle. But I've
Buc-ee's.
I've never seen that on anything.
You know what? I think that was a long time ago. That maybe it's like a turtle, and it's got like these little streaks behind it where it's like going really fast.
Okay.
I think
Maybe
I've
so.
seen that.
I can't find it on a recent post or anything. I just have found it on their Facebook.
Is that advertising irony that you have a turtle for Speedy?
Yeah, see, I think that's what that is.
Or is it the stop?
It's a Speedy turtle. Yeah.
I wonder if you're right, and I wonder if the yellow S thing was eventually the turtle transformed into that. I don't know. I haven't lived here long enough to remember.
I don't know. Andrew Alvarez says, bring back Maverick Market. Yeah.
Junior sample.
Solid question.
Yep. No, it is
if
a very
Buc-ee's
good
has
question.
beaver
Inquiring
nuggets,
minds want to know.
Does Mickey's have moose nuts? I don't know. It's not. But by the way, they shouldn't they?
They should.
They should get those little corn pop things.
What would the turtles be?
Soup.
Turtle soup. Yeah. John Paul says no. He says he created the logo. There you go.
Okay.
JP, you want to maybe give us a call, 894-4020. Let's talk logos. Let's talk in your space. Not my space. Ash still has my space. Let's take a quick break while we try to get JP to give us a call, 894-4020. Folks, reminding you Friday is Veracruz. No logo needed.
Nope.
The best guac, the creamiest queso. Get in for fantastic hot sauce, fresh
Just great
chips.
Mexican food.
It's just the best.
Yep.
It is. USA Foundation Repair. You know the gig.
Give
Your
them a call.
house is limited.
578-HOME. Free estimates. They'll come out and tell you exactly what's going on, and they'll tell you straight up what's going on or what's not going on.
Allen's Wrecker Service, 578-6300. Allen's your go-to tow-to. Let Allen's help you get from here to there from pretty much anywhere within the sound of our voice. If you're in the No Bull Network in Calhoun, DeWitt, Goliad, Gonzales, Karnes City, Atascosa, B, Frio, or Jim Hogg, Allen's Wrecker Service can work for you. Went Services, same thing. They'll go anywhere in the No Bull Network and give you a estimate.
They've got all over the state for work.
Yeah. They'll do it. You know, JP, I'm going to call you if you won't call me. I'm not afraid of you.
Doesn't want to call.
I don't care. I don't care. It's our show. We drive the action here. I'm going to call him. I'm going to do it. I'm telling you. I mean it.
Can't use your phone?
I'm doing it. Can you turn it up? See if we have. See what happens. Hey, David Ballard.
One ring-a-dingy.
One ringy dingy.
I don't turn it down. I turn it up.
Pico, is that you? Pico. JP Hull, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you boys?
We're good. We're good.
While we have you on the air, thank you for creating this space at the offices at 205. We are obviously a beneficiary of your generosity and of this fantastic space. But just I've told people, and I think I'm still correct, that you have two locations here, 2 suites here still available. Am I correct?
Correct.
There you go. Don't be so talkative. It's a Friday morning.
You just woke him up.
He's no. He's like Count Dracula. He's been up, I guarantee you, since 4 this morning.
Yeah, no, but he's been up, but he hasn't exercised his vocal cords yet. Now you're forcing him
He
to
has
do
to get
so.
up early just to trade yen on his yacht.
Yes. I haven't talked to you guys. Did y'all have a good 4th of July weekend?
Yeah,
We
that
did.
was nice.
We did. How was yours?
It was good. I went, I think 5 days in Rockport and 5 days at the ranch in New Braunfels. So
Are you
Nice.
still over there?
no, I just got back last night.
Fantastic. Everything okay up on Diamond Hill?
Everything's good.
Good.
We got an AC out, but
That's no big deal. A house like that, you probably got 5 ACs. Just go to a cold zone.
yeah, there's 6 ACs here. So
Yeah, that's nice.
You
Because they're so
Still
efficient.
got 5 left.
Yeah.
yeah.
Those ductless mini
Yeah.
splits work wonders.
I can't go to the East Wing Library.
No, I'm not counting mini splits.
Nice.
Oh, he's got 6+ mini splits.
It's got a very Cabo San Lucas feel
and a window
with
unit
mini
in the
splits.
garage.
Yes.
Yeah, no window units.
Everything's good in your world?
Although Ash, with the cost of ACs now, window units are starting to seem pretty reasonable.
They
Aren't
are.
though?
Do you remember as a kid? I don't know if you ever lived in a house with a window unit, but typically the window unit pulled condensation, and the air conditioner just had a very simple little hole in the bottom of what essentially was the pan, the coil set outside the window, and there was always a puddle underneath that,
Yeah.
and then it would finally just rot out, and
Then you need a whole new roof.
central AC, air conditioning, the reason Houston grew. So now, JP, we just wanted to check in, say hello, and tell you thank you for taking care of us here at Wade and Carter.
So how did you get involved in designing the Speedy Stop logo?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
And what does that
I-
mean to you?
I mean, all I've ever seen you draw are like stick figures.
right.
Well, thank you. No, we used to do, pre-AI, we used to do a lot of logo designs, and they were a client for a number of years, and we were already doing a lot of their IT work. And so
That's awesome.
when they have this current iteration, I'm pretty sure, I haven't held up a design to make sure it's exactly what we
I
did,
can
but
see it. It's kind of leaning forward. It looks like he's moving really rapidly for a turtle.
What do you make? What do you
We
make?
didn't-
What do you make of the Bucky's flap and suing Mickey the Moose?
Brett, I've never seen the turtle in my life, so
I think I saw it.
I can guarantee you that the current logo did not come from the turtle.
It was not your inspiration.
No. Hey Ash, who did Bucky sue before that was the same situation?
Somebody in Georgia, I think, and I don't remember exactly what that was. What was it again? Do you
Which
remember?
one?
In Georgia, the one they sued before Mickey the Moose.
I
What
don't
was
remember.
it?
Cody's looking that up. Which one they sued?
And it wasn't even. It was the exact same situation. You're like, what in the world? It wasn't like it was a.
Is it possible that in the world of that there's
Teddy's
no bad
Market.
Teddy's Market
What
it
was
had a
Teddy?
koala bear?
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a
yeah.
koala bear.
Is this just a way for them to get cheap
Yes.
advertising
That's
in these
what I think
markets
it
because
is.
they don't have to pay for it, but they're going to get a lot of publicity because of the lawsuits filed.
Apparently, they've done this 8 other times.
8 other times.
Have they ever been successful?
No, you didn't ask me. To look
Can you get their win-loss record? JP, thanks for all you do. We'll let you go back
By
to
the
sleep.
way, I'm going to tell you a little tidbit, and Cody can check me on this, but I think Cliff and the owner of Bucky's were in the same class at A&M.
Is that right?
Interesting.
I knew
I
that.
think so.
I knew that Bucky. True success story, right? Opened a store.
First one in Luling, and
Yeah.
now it's the world's biggest Bucky's.
He just had, he's over in Beaumont. He just had a desire to make it happen, and he did. So, hey, bud, thanks for all you do.
And he just gave a huge donation to A&M. I think it was last year or this year.
Well, it's a cult, and yes, that of course that'll happen.
and notoriously or supposedly not a sports fan. He didn't give it to like NIL or
Really?
like that.
Just gave
No,
it
gave it to the school.
university.
Nice. Good for him.
Hey, we love you. Thanks for all you do.
All right, Jim.
Thanks,
Bye,
overall.
brother.
Appreciate you.
There's Eric Stewart checking in from Atzenhofer. As we do
Morning,
every
Eric.
day, we come to you from
Yeah, it's not
the Atzenhofer studio.
I
that-
believe
says that right
Bucky's
back there.
#1 was in Clute or Lake Jackson.
Yeah, that's where
Oh,
it
is
was.
that
It
what
was
it
a- he
was?
bought one
Okay.
and rebranded
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Right, I was
Bucky.
saying,
Luling
I've
is
been
the
in
Luling is the
number
biggest in
one.
the world.
Oh
you,
yeah.
You know how big they are when they tear down a store that was doing $1 million a day. The new store that they did in Ohio opened and it did $1 million the first day in revenue. I mean, I don't care what your margin, if your margins, I don't know, 3%, the store nets 30 grand.
I'm guessing
the
you
first
have.
day.
I'm guessing if you have 100 of those in a year, you're probably that store's probably done paid for itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Just construction
Isn't
I
that
believe
crazy?
they're building one right now that's going to be bigger than Luling. But I'm
They
not
are. And
positive.
there's one that's big, as big as Luling over in San Marcos that's huge.
So have they won any of those lawsuits? Have we found that out?
They've
yet?
won or settled out of court for all but one.
Okay.
But settled out of court can mean anything, right?
Yeah.
To me, they're just being bullies. I don't personally, I don't see the point. If you're
I guess with Mickey the Moose, it would depend on who had the logo first. But I mean, they've been there for 35 years and
years,
apparently
I mean,
using that moose the
come
whole
on.
time. So,
and
yeah.
it's a regional, even Bucky's is kind of a regional phenomenon. It's
They're all
now
around.
I know, but you don't get to go into someone else's backyard and then all of a sudden say, "Oh, well, I'm coming into your state and you need to change your logo."
Right.
Apparently-
That seems crazy.
apparently you do.
Wow, isn't that crazy?
This speaking of crazy, the cartels, because of gas prices and the prices in the U.S. still being relatively cheap compared to everywhere else. Even with the ongoing crisis in Iran, which I don't know if you noticed yesterday, but gas prices here just went through the roof. They were pushing closer to $3 a gallon. Now they're back up heading towards $4. But apparently cartels are, I don't know how they're getting the gas, but they are smuggling gas from Texas into Mexico in an effort to dodge import taxes. And apparently their bootlegging of fuel is their second biggest moneymaker now after drugs. Washington Times reporting that $7 billion in just the
fuel?
last year.
Are they just trying to go legit?
No, they're smuggling it in somehow. I don't know where they're getting the gas from, but I don't know if
As
they're
much
buying it.
as 1/3 of all fuel sold in Mexico may be illicit, and the Mexican government is losing, quote, tens of billions of dollars a year.
Yeah,
in
because
revenue.
the cartels smuggle it in. Here's the thing: you've got to have some help at the border,
No doubt.
because there's no way one of those gas trucks, those big gas tanker trucks, and they're not smuggling this in a bunch of 5-gallon containers using mules going back across the border.
Right. Although that would be
using-
very Mexico-ish, wouldn't
They're
it?
using very, very large tanker trucks, and they've got to help at the border to get these across because they're paying people off. Because there's no way these trucks are just going across the open desert in Tucson,
Right.
right? So they're dodging the import taxes and other taxes, and it's now their second biggest money maker after drugs, if you can believe that.
What was this about Austin? City of Austin has spent more than $100,000 removing graffiti from private property under a pilot program the city council approved last fall. It offers owners free cleanup through a 311 request. San Antonio, Texas, reporting that the ATF and the National Shooting Sports Foundation launched the 26th annual Don't Lie for the Other Guy campaign, warning would-be straw buyers against illegal gun purchases that put firearms in the hands of criminals, gangs, and drug cartels. That's for a guy like me who has a LTC, a license to carry, which allows me to skip all the waiting periods and all that when I go buy a gun. And then you have a criminal like Ash who says, "Man, I want a pistol, but I'm a felon." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I'll go buy that gun for $500. You give me $600." And then Ash says, "How about I give you $300 and I don't kill your family?" And then we sell guns to the cartel. They are seeking for you not to be that guy. That's good. There we go.
Is it the city of Austin's responsibility, though, to clean up graffiti on private property?
No.
How about you catch the guys that are doing it? And when you catch them, you make them clean it up at their cost, and then you throw their asses in jail.
Yeah. So how about this? Statewide, Texas has logged 48 cases of cyclosporiasis. I did that pretty good for a first reading.
Pretty good.
Cyclosporiasis. Since May 1st, a parasite caused intestinal illness.
So this is the same issue that's going on in Michigan, where they've had over 1,000 cases in the last few weeks.
Nobody's died yet. You say diarrhea, people want to snicker. It is obviously
because it leads to
it'll
dehydration.
dehydrate you, and you can die.
Yeah.
Diarrhea, a cause of death for many elderly folks. 5 people have been hospitalized, and health officials recommend washing all fresh produce. Now, I'll give you an example of something. I'm going to have a confession.
And apparently here in Texas, the cases have been spread through contaminated produce. So that's
south.
Yeah.
But so I'm just being straight with you folks.
17 states reporting cases of this right now.
Do any of you, I do not do this. Do any of you not wash your jalapeno peppers? If I go to HEB and I pick up half a dozen of them, I don't really wash. I mean, they may get rinsed off, but I'm not washing them. Torrin Bales puts his in the dishwasher.
Does it really?
I'm certain. Yeah. No, but I'm just saying I don't wash mine.
I think all you do is just run it underwater and give them a little rub with your hands.
Give them a little noogie. A little noogie.
And rub your eyes after that.
No, don't do that. Well, wear the purple gloves.
Purple gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Texas Health or Austin Public Health saying they recommend wash all fresh produce, salads, lettuce, cilantro, fruits, veggies. I mean, a lot of people don't ever wash those bag salads.
No, but
Prepackaged
you'll
ones, 'cause
see
they're pre-washed.
they're pre-washed. But if they're washing them with water that is microscopic organisms in it,
yeah. This is interesting. Who's this lady? I'm trying to figure this out. I think she's the
Dr. Amanda Norwood.
Heather Cook Sinclair, epidemiologist at Austin Public Health, says at one point she went into the fields in Mexico in 2015 where they saw toilet paper in the fields. So they're thinking human contamination, which is probably what it is.
There you go.
Anyway, so
maybe the beavers.
We can't read that.
We can't read that.
Goodness gracious. There you go. Wait, here we go.
Sheriff Louderback says they've created a special division in DPS fighting Texas oil and gas theft by the cartel. So are they breaking into like John News hub right there at Ben Jordan and 59? Is that what they're doing? Breaking into those places? That
Do
are
they
kinda
maybe
out
show
somewhere
up with falsified credentials
Yeah, I
and
don't
paperwork that just allows?
Because I can't imagine they're paying $3.69 a gallon and taking all that fuel out of the ground.
You and me think cartel, and I think most of our listeners, they think cartel and they think about street gangs and bandanas and tattoos and teardrop eye, tattoos on your face. The cartel is a tremendously sophisticated, highly armed, almost form of government that just ignores national borders. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Linda Chris says, Torrin, it does happen more than you know. Yes, a lot of folks have died in the past from diarrhea-based dehydration. It used to happen in the military a lot in foreign conflicts. Dysentery. So, yeah. Be aware if you have diarrhea that persists for more than a day or so, you may be infected. And it's not contagious. You're not going to give it to somebody else, I guess, unless you go and poop in a field on a bunch of lettuce that's growing. I think what you have to do is is call your doctor. There you go.
And drink a lot of drink a lot of fluids, Gatorade, Pedialyte, that sort of thing.
Can we move on from this crappy topic?
No.
Opinions expressed by Wade and Carter are not intended to cure or prevent any disease. We are not physicians.
Yeah. Hey, Verlander announcing he's going to retire at the end of this season.
We have discussed.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I didn't know we mentioned he was retiring.
3,554 strikeouts. He's about 60% of the way to Nolan Ryan's unreachable number.
Absolutely.
For the fact that nobody pitches over 100 pitches a game.
What else is happening now in the world? Some of the market news. Existing home sales slipped. Prices hitting record highs because nobody's building new homes.
And
so
interest rates went up a little bit.
a little bit, yeah.
6 and change. When I was a kid, my dad, who was notoriously conservative financially, he always said, I mean, this was in the 70s, if you can get an interest rate on a home below 10%, you're probably not doing too badly. The idea, although at that time you could basically put almost no money down and mortgages were transferable. Whereas now when you have to put 10, sometimes 15, maybe even 20% down to get a decent rate, the people that are financing that loan are kind of taking advantage because they've got no risk.
Yeah.
They really have no risk. They require you to have insurance. If it burns down, they're going to get paid.
Well, and I mean, think about the foreclosures that are going on nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because, there's more people in the U.S. No, for the last 35 years, we've relaxed the lending requirements or the borrowing requirements for a home. And we've got people that a generation ago would never, ever qualify to be a homeowner buying homes. And then when the markets go south, they get foreclosed upon because they shouldn't have been a homeowner in the first place.
2 quick hits for you.
Should we take a break and then we'll get back? Then we'll get to Iran and what's going on with.
Remind me to tell you about Israel as pertains to that.
Okay.
And we'll talk about that when we get back. Folks, White Wing Materials. This is
361-920-SAND.
920 Sand. This is a real boon for us to be able to bring to you top quality, top soil. Whether you need sand for a project, if you're going to put down those pavers, you need a little bed of sand. It helps with the drainage. It helps stabilize the ground. It allows you to level up your little walkway.
If you aerate your lawn,
you need
better to put sand than dirt because it filters the water better and it helps drainage. Yeah. So
reach out to White Wing Materials.
And they have the best screen sand around. No
920
Sand.
Chesnick Furniture, Chesnick and Love, make your house a home. Get in this weekend, see why you just always do better at Chesnick. Bobby Leon and his family serving you and yours for generations and well over 100 years. Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends.
Yeah,
Get in.
You don't have to wait for us. Go.
L&L Grill.
Go whenever you want and play some bingo. Tonight they've got 2. They've got the regular game at 7, and then they've got a late night game. I think it starts at 11:30.
And how do you know that?
Because I saw the sign the last time I was there.
7 local charities supported by Palace Bingo. Then Paravita, get in today, beat Lisa Poole.
Don't beat her.
Well, don't
beat her there.
I mean,
don't beat her.
But wouldn't it be okay to give her just kind of a little check?
Elbow into the boards? Absolutely.
Right. Because rubbing is racing.
Yeah.
Get in today and pick up the meals that are still perfectly good. Take them home, freeze them, have them ready to go for your family. So I want to share with you. I find it interesting that Iran, I guess, is like a PR move trying to say, if you're an ally of the United States in Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan, we're going to send missiles in because the U.S. bombed our country. That's like you push me and I go punch your brother in the face, I guess, with the idea that your brother is going to somehow exert influence on you to quit pushing me. I don't think it's going to work. I think Trump is going to continue to hammer those folks.
Well,
it is. Go ahead.
Iran apparently yesterday targeted commercial vessels traveling through the Strait of Hormuz. So they're not just targeting military anymore. They're targeting civilians and commercial vessels. can countries that are currently sitting on the outside, and yesterday, Prime Minister Mark Carney said he supports the latest attacks by the U.S., which is a complete about face for Canada, and on the heels of NATO, which makes you wonder if other countries. But if I'm England, and all of a sudden Iran starts sending missiles and attacking commercial ships that are bound for England, and I know they're English.
Maybe I want to get involved in this.
Can you sit on the sidelines and not protect your citizens?
And call yourselves a NATO member? Israel, this is part of the big picture. Israel warned the U.S. of a new Iranian plan to assassinate President Trump. It is notable to me that in all of these little retaliatory moments that are being, inflicted by the Iranians, they haven't done a thing to Israel. They haven't sent a missile into Israel in weeks, if not months, and I think I know why. The separation, if you will, between Trump and Netanyahu, I think the Iranians understand the hell that could be unleashed on them by Israel, and they are not provoking Israel with these attacks. You would think it made perfect sense, following our little metaphor, that Israel is the little brother. Fine, you're going to bomb 90 of our targets in Iran. We're going to send missiles into, Jerusalem. But they haven't. It makes you wonder why they haven't. I think they are acknowledging,
because Israel's already attacking the folks in Lebanon.
So why haven't
Hamas,
Iranians retaliated against them? I think they're scared of them,
because they're already attacking the Iranians' proxies, in which are probably a lot of Iranians.
I think they're scared of the Jews, and I don't blame them. I think that you should be very, very leery about attacking the Jews. Now, here's something one of my tidbits of the week that I found to give to you. The U.S. reporting that in Coral Gables, Florida, military experts are being allowed to examine a drone that they claim was provided to Cuba by Iran, whether directly or indirectly. Iranian drone display in Coral Gables raises concerns about. So here's what I've got to ask you folks. Jeb Bush, of all people, sticking his head out. Is there a chance he wants to run for president again? What a moron.
Why is he the one making the why isn't Rick DeSantis?
I think this is Bush. Listen to this quote. I have not read it until this moment.
Is from the Hill.
I think it's important to recognize that Iran has consistently been working with Cuba, Venezuela prior to. I have no chance here.
These are pop-ups. I
Yeah,
can't.
it's not your
stop
fault.
This.
Okay.
For Christ's sake, the hell.
I hate. It's one reason I never subscribed to what's left of the Victoria Advocate online. I hate all the pop-up crap. Can you imagine if every time we talked to you, something popped up?
If you subscribe, those wouldn't pop up.
Yeah, well, Advocate sucks anyway.
They still pop up.
I think it's important to recognize that Iran has consistently been working with Cuba, Venezuela prior to the departure of Maduro from the same regime, creating instability in not just Cuba, but certainly in the region. Bush said, the United States being able to examine a drone claim was provided to Cuba by Iran even prior to the current war.
Well, and where does Iran get their drones from? Either Russia prior to the war in Ukraine or China. So
here's my question to you. All of this, and it's all over the news. It's on every platform. All of this, I believe, is U.S. propaganda to justify the inevitable occupation of Cuba by the United States. I say that while adding, I have no problem with the United States taking over Cuba. It's only 90 miles off the coast of Florida. But I have to ask you this, gentlemen. How did the U.S. get their hands on and bring to this country an Iranian drone that was deployed into Cuba?
Well, how long have we had the drone?
I do not know.
Did we
that.
capture it? Did we capture it when we grabbed him in Venezuela? Did it somehow come? I mean, just because it came from Cuba doesn't mean it was in Cuba the whole time. Right?
Solid point.
Could have been there.
But do you follow my logic that this is pre-invasion propaganda?
I could very easily see that. Yep.
Linda
Christ wants to know where Iran got all their ammunition and why haven't we bombed their ammunition storage bunkers yet? I'll tell you why. Because Iran has played us in such a way that we get these 3-week pauses and everything that goes on.
That's when they
and
rearm.
Allows them to restock and rearm. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think Trump's trying to be a humanitarian here and not just completely annihilate them.
But I think he's crazy like a fox. I think what he does is he ceasefires and then ramps up surveillance to see where the product is coming from and where it's going. I do think that's what the CIA is doing, is monitoring the travel and distribution within Iran of the necessities of war. So they know where the missile sites are. So they know where the munitions dumps are.
And I've said, you can't trust these guys in Iran to live up to any of their conditions of anything because they violated every ceasefire. The ceasefires haven't truly been ceasefires because every day there's been a little bit of a skirmish here and a little bit of a skirmish there until the other day earlier this week when they decided, well, the ceasefire, I guess, is over. When President Trump declared, I guess it's over.
Yeah,
because these things have escalated even beyond.
My sense of fair play makes the United States out to be somewhat of a hypocrite in this whole deal. Well, yes, we did bomb some military targets inside Iran, but we were just proactively performing defensive attacks.
We were being defensively offensive.
That is what they said.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's not even like a paraphrase. They said, well, they had places that if they were going to violate the ceasefire,
it would have been from there.
It would have been from there. We blew it up.
Yeah.
But we're still not fighting. We're still negotiating in good faith.
Linda Chris says, I'm beginning to think that Iran has been underestimated. Linda,
I don't.
We have underestimated the people of the Middle East for a long time.
Yeah,
beginning with the Russians in Afghanistan, or the Soviets in Afghanistan in 1979, thinking they could just waltz through there on a path to the Middle East, and they were wrong.
You always go back to the glory days of the USSR. It's like you yearn.
There was no glory day in 1979 when they went into Afghanistan thinking they were going to take it and couldn't.
But that was your father's bad intel that led to that, and it almost got you kicked out of the country.
Almost. Ricky King says he'd love for the U.S. to take over Cuba so you can go back and visit.
So am I getting that he has been there?
He says he's got friends there. I guess he says so he could go back and visit. I wonder how he got there because Americans haven't been allowed to travel a long time. Although Americans could travel to Cuba via Mexico City and other places, and when Obama lifted those restrictions. Here's the problem right now in Cuba. They have rolling blackouts. They have complete blackouts. Their power grid is a mess. They used to thrive.
Sounds like California.
Kind of. They used to thrive on tourism from Canada and Europe and South America, and it's not happening anymore because the resorts there are crumbling into disarray. It's not safe to even go into some of the resorts because people there have nothing.
Is Tillman Fertitta going to buy Cuba?
No, he's buying a lot of Galveston, apparently.
That's what I want. Well, it's just right there.
Yeah. Well, remember, Galveston had a lot of gambling way back when in the 50s and 40s.
Prostitution, illicit drug activity.
Why would Tillman Fertitta be buying buildings in Galveston?
I think maybe he has the inside skinny. There might be a casino.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Why else would you do it? By the way, I'll go on record and say it. I think Tillman Fertitta is about as close to a modern day gangsta as you can ever find.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think that guy's as dirty as the ground over at White Wing Materials.
I don't think their ground's dirty.
I'm not
I
sure.
think it's clean.
I'm not even sure I should say that on the radio. I might be. If I end up dead, come on.
Yeah, the views of Tillman Fertitta strictly those of Brent Carter.
Right.
Come do not reflect
Tillman.
the views of the Wade and Carter show.
Tillman Fertitta.
But I do think he's got some skinny, and that Texas will be pushing, if not the next legislative session, the one thereafter, to legalize gambling. And I think when they do, it would be a boon to Galveston if done properly and correctly, and certainly would be a boon to Port Lavaca.
Port Lavaca. Caesars, Port Lavaca. Come on down.
Why not?
It's 2-for-1 craps night.
If you put one in Galveston, one in Port Lavaca, and one maybe not on South Padre, but Port Isabel, so you don't ruin South Padre, you've got the entire coast covered with casinos within a few-hour drive, and people would, and it's a much nicer destination than New Orleans or Windstar.
When you come to Port Lavaca and go to the new Caesars Palace, you get to pick a piece of fruit from a bowl, and then it becomes 2-for-1 craps night.
There you go.
Folks, we love you. Hope you have a great weekend. Be safe on the roads. If you need them, dial 578-6300 and know that we will be here Monday. Bye, folks.
Bye, folks.